Welcome to the Neumi Daily Prospecting Call. This is a call that we do every day for you to bring on all your friends and family and anyone you want to know about NutraSwish, which should be everyone, NutraSwish and Neumi Skin. So if you haven't already, Steve's not going to be on for about a couple more minutes. So go ahead and send out a message to everyone you know with the link neumi.tv. Say, hey, I just want you to hop on for 2 minutes and listen to this presentation. Because we know it's an impactful one. Steve does a great job of talking about the technology and the breakthrough. So if it were up to me right now, I would pull out my phone and send a text to everyone I would want to hear this call. And Steve will be on in about 2 to 3 minutes. So that gives some time for people to log on. With that being said, I just want to say I'm Ryan, VP of Sales and Marketing over here at Neumi. And we love working with you guys. We have an incredible breakthrough product. But I'm not the star of today's show. That's Steve, our founder. And what he's going to talk about is truly the biggest breakthrough he's ever experienced. Steve has started a company in the 70s. Well, first he after he graduated college, he failed his first 9 jobs in 6 years out of college. He was chronic failure. And then one of his best friends told him to read the book of Proverbs and apply those strategies to his life. So he applied those strategies and learned 16 different strategies that he applied to his business and other areas of his life. And shortly thereafter, he started a company with his business partner for $5,000, and they found a breakthrough product. And pretty soon their sales were doing $1 million a week, and he's generated over $5 billion in sales from all of his products. And people always ask him, his hit rate in the industry, he pioneered the infomercials basically. And his hit rate was 100 or 1,000 times better. You'll have to ask him. But I think their hit rate was around 80% of their infomercials were successes, whereas the industry average was less than 1% would be a success. So they did an incredible job. And when you'd ask him what his biggest secret was, it would be that they only sold breakthrough products. They wouldn't touch anything that wasn't a breakthrough. And so that's been his secret to success. Is he'll say it's not him. He'll say it's the products that he found and the strategies that he applied. Well, with that being said, after 40 years in the industry of breakthrough products, he was getting ready for retirement, and then he found this technology, and he claims it to be the biggest breakthrough he's ever seen in all of his career and all of his life. And that's a long life. He's almost 74 years old. So I know that's not super long for some of you, but anyways, that's one of the biggest, it's the biggest breakthrough he's ever experienced. So with that being said, I'm not going to take up any more time. I'm going to pass it over to Steve and let him talk about this breakthrough.
Thanks, Ryan. And what a delight to see many of you on right now. And Jana, I cannot believe you're 70 years old. That is truly, my gosh. Where were you when I was in high school? I can't even think. You probably would have scared the crud out of me, because I only weighed 118 pounds. I was skinny, acne, braces. I was not confident with anybody. But anyway, thank you, Ryan. And like Ryan said, I was highly blessed. I did flunk out of those jobs. My best friend, Gary Smalley, got me into the book of Proverbs. Proverbs truly changed everything. And we started our company in 1976. My first company, my partner had 5,000. I had acquired the rights to what I thought was a breakthrough product, and it turned out to be one. I mean, my gosh, in 5 months, our sales were $1 million a week. And we kept following that up. I just looked for more breakthroughs. I found a weight loss product that Richard Simmons had created called Deal-A-Meal, where you could lose weight without counting calories. It was the very first product of its type. And we had millions of people lose weight on that. We had 1,000 people lose over 100 pounds. I mean, that's pretty cool. And we had one guy break the Guinness Book of Records. He lost 715 pounds. I think his name was Mike Barone, but it was Michael in Brooklyn, New York. Well, We also had another breakthrough called Where There's a Will, There's an A, and Michael Landon and John Ritter were my spokespersons on that one. That could take literally a D student and turn them into an A student overnight. Sounds too good to be true, but I did it with my daughter, who was in high school at the time. Did it with, we were in all over the country interviewing people who had seen these amazing results. And it turned out that their problem wasn't their IQ. Their problem was they didn't learn the way people normally learn. So they had to find some skill sets that were taught in the seminar that would teach them a whole new way to learn according to what they needed. And when they did that, it was like gasoline on a fire. It turned them around overnight. In fact, the whole reason Under Armour exists today is a guy named Kevin Plank was on a football team at University of Maryland, and the coach took the whole team through Where There's a Will, There's an A. And one of those sessions is, if you want to be an entrepreneur, don't wait till you graduate. Start right while you're in college. And Kevin started, he basically had shirts made out of his sister's slips, sold them to his teammates. And they were so comfortable that he knew he had a real business, and that became Under Armour. So breakthroughs lead to other breakthroughs. The breakthrough we're best known for is one that we found in 1996. It's still on TV. It's the longest running infomercial campaign in television history. It's been on now for 26 years, and that's the Total Gym with Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley. And that one by itself has done billions of dollars in sales. So that was my focus. Well, in what year? 2006, I meet a doctor who was an instructor at the Mayo Graduate School of Medicine. He was also had a clinic in Florida, and he had found a product, or not, didn't find it. He formulated a product that was making a huge difference in his clinics. And he had it for 11 years when an investment banker said, Steve, I'm going to introduce you to a doctor who has the biggest breakthrough you're going to find in your lifetime. And I really thought he was full of soup, that doesn't happen. 1 out of 1, and it's going to be the biggest. Well, I met with the doctor. I brought him to Chuck Norris's house a day when we were shooting Total Gym there. And I saw this guy's studies, and it was the biggest breakthrough I'd ever seen. And what it revolved around was a molecule that's created by every cell in the human body. It's called glutathione. It's God's gift to life, because without it, there'd be no oxygen-based life on Earth. There'd be no animals, no fish, no birds, no humans. It does all these incredible things, performs over 400 functions in the human body. It impacts every area of longevity, of health, of performance, mental performance, physical performance. It changes everything. Problem is, it declines as we age. It also declines with any disease state, an injury. When you exercise, you burn more glutathione than your cells can produce. And that creates a deficit, and it goes on and on. But I'll tell you a little bit about glutathione. I went ahead and I listened to this doctor. He had a patent on a product that could increase the upregulation into the cells of one of the precursing amino acids that glutathione's made of. Glutathione's a tripeptide. It's made up of glutamic acid, glycine, and L-cysteine. And your body takes those in one way or another, and then they migrate into the nucleus of the cell, where through a 100 sequential step electrochemical process, they're intertwined into a single molecule called glutathione. No life on Earth without it. But it declines as we age. So all of a sudden, after the age of 20, deficits begin to build. And when deficits occur, then you suffer the consequences in terms of performance, mental, physical, health, longevity, vulnerability to disease states, and all of the above. Well, this doctor had a way to increase the upregulation of L-cysteine. And when you upregulate L-cysteine, the cell can produce more glutathione, and it was brilliant, and it worked. And then another scientist from University of Minnesota brought us 2 patents that related to the upregulation, one of them to the upregulation of L-cysteine, even better than what we were already seeing with Dr. Keller's product. So we bought that patent. And in an old company that I had, I haven't been associated with that company since 2017. But once again, it was to increase the upregulation of L-cysteine, and it did a good job. Well, glutathione, the reason it's so hard to enhance the upregulation and the utilization of glutathione is because it's a very fragile molecule. It is destroyed in the gut. It has this real fragile self-hydromolecule that is broken off instantly, and then it becomes worthless. So how do we increase glutathione levels? Well, you can go to any health food store and buy glutathione capsules. And the problem is, once again, the glutathione is destroyed when it hits your stomach. To get around that, some brilliant people have surrounded the particles with fats or liposomes. And that does increase getting more through the stomach and delivering to some of the cells some usable forms of glutathione, but it's not universal. It's kind of like, it's not that efficient. It's like trying to pedal a bicycle uphill in high gear. You know, your pedals will move real fast, but the bike will move real slowly because you're in the wrong gear. What would happen, this is what was postulated to me by some nanoscientists, if we can nanosize L-cysteine, which is the limiting factor as far as the body's production of glutathione, and if we could upregulate glutathione in a way to where it didn't have to pass through the stomach. How do you do that? Well, they told me if we nanosize it, we get the particle size so tiny that it'll go right through the mucous membranes inside your cheeks. You swish like a mouthwash, and it'll go right into your mucous membranes, which will get it right into the bloodstream instantly. It'll also absorb sublingually through the venous cavity under your tongue. And if we can get our particle size small enough, you can distribute without having a lot of it destroyed by the stomach because you're bypassing the stomach. Well, I said, let's go. What's it going to cost to do this? I ended up putting over $1 million into creating a way to enhance upregulation. And how do we distribute it? How do we tell the world about it? That all takes money. So I started funding it. Then I brought in some outside investors that came in with almost another $2 million so we could really get this done. We built our own reactor. The way you nanosize is particles clumped together in solution. You split the particles apart. You don't change the particles themselves. You just separate them. And then you've got about 20 millionths of a second to wrap them in something so they don't reagglomerate. The rest of the world wraps them in either chemicals or fats. That creates problems. Then I won't get into the problems that can create. Well, we found a way, shouldn't say we, some brilliant scientists, our scientist that it owns part of our company and is part of our team. He's been in nano for 20 years, which is real rare because nano is a fairly new industry. And we found a way to actually reorganize water molecules, ultra pure water molecules around the particles. So water doesn't take up as much room as fats. So we could get our particle sizes smaller than anybody else was getting them that we knew about. And we went ahead and we used this process. We built our own reactor. We have our own clean room. We manufacture everything in-house. We don't bottle in-house, but we manufacture everything. The actual product we manufacture in-house. And sure enough, our particle sizes were unbelievably small. I sent them out to, first of all, there were some clinics I was working with. They couldn't believe the results they saw. And if I really did it right, we should see a significant increase in athletic performance. I sent it to one weightlifter that was a friend of mine. He's former strength and conditioning coach of the Seattle Seahawks and then went to Liberty University to pay back Jerry Falwell, who had given him his education. Wonderful Christian man named Bill Gillespie, was strength and conditioning coach at Liberty for 14 years. But Bill had always been an amateur weightlifter. And that means you're drug tested at every meet, and you can't have any enhancement drugs. Well, in 2008, he set the world record in the bench press as a 49-year-old at 804 pounds. Well, that's pretty cool. But 10 years later, when I called him back, he was down around 700 pounds, and he was real discouraged. He says, my recovery's much slower. I can only lift heavy once a week because it takes my body longer to recover. And he said, I'm down to about 705 and on my bench. And so it's a world record for a 59-year-old, but it's not, I'm not competing with the big guys anymore. And I said, well, let me get you some of this, Bill. And here's how you use it. I told him, I said, you swish 4 or 5 times a day since you work out at, one way or another, you work out daily. Let's see what happens. Well, right away, within a week, he was up to 725 pounds. And they blew him away that he added that much weight and so quickly. And then he found he could, within a few months, he found out he was recovering so fast, he could lift heavy 5 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week instead of once a week. So his bench press at 59 years old starts going up, 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 up. And in 3 months, he had it up to 915 pounds, up from 705. Well, that's just unheard of. And as a 59-year-old, then in the next 6 months, as a 60-year-old, he went all the way to 1,050 pounds. He just retired in January with his last meet, where he set a new world record, 1,129.6 pounds. They say that record will probably never be beaten by an amateur. And of course, he was drug tested after the meet, and he came through with flying colors. So that was Bill's story. And part of that story is online. If you go to in your back office, you can find that video. But I gave it to a friend of mine who was a marathoner, former combat veteran, Army captain, and she had left the Army, had 3 little boys, but she loves marathons and she loves cycling events. And so I sent her some. She had a 100-mile race coming up, and this is before we ever packaged it. This is when we were building samples in our lab, and I said, just try it. So she gets it on a Wednesday, swishes for about a minute, swallowed, and got on her bike, did a 30-minute sprint, and broke her personal record. Couldn't believe it. Felt so good after. She said, I could have kept going. Well, the next day she did a 35-mile run. Excuse me, I got an itch right there. And and by the way, spray, itches go away. Anyway, next day on Thursday, she did a 35-mile run on her bike, broke her personal record again, and was blown away. Well, Saturday, the big race comes up. She swishes before the race, 35-mile leg. The first leg, breaks her PR again, personal record, and swishes again. And about 3 miles into the next leg, she gets in an accident. She goes end over end, flips the bike, hits the pavement so hard, it knocks her out, breaks her helmet. Her face hit the pavement at 22 miles an hour. And you can see the results. That was on a Saturday. She was hospitalized Saturday, Sunday, Monday, went home Tuesday night. Well, Sunday, the plastic surgeon comes in and says, it's going to take about 5 weeks for that to clear. When it's clear, wait a month, so we really know it's clear, and then come in and we'll work on a strategy for dealing with your scarring. Well, she gets home Tuesday night and thinks, I'll go ahead and pour some of this on a cotton ball. We didn't even think topical yet. Put it on a cotton ball, put it on her affected areas, did it once Tuesday night, 3 times Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can see what happened Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She was blown away. I was blown away. Her plastic surgeon was blown away. And when I saw that, I had sold hundreds of millions of dollars in skincare products before. I had a skincare line with Cher, another one with Ali McGraw and Lisa Hartman, Meredith Baxter Burney, another one with Kathy Lee Gifford, another one with Angie Dickinson. So I knew skincare. I also owned a makeup company and a hair care company. Hair care and makeup, you get great before and afters, but skincare, you don't. And that's what I hated about it, because we had to tell people all the benefits, but we never could get good before and afters. I saw this and I thought, oh my gosh, we might have the world's best skincare product. And so I put some in some spray bottles, sent them to some of my dear friends, and told them, oops, not that one. There we go. Zoom in. And this lady was 59 at the time. She's, and I said, spray your face 5 times a day, and let's see what happens. Well, in 7 weeks, oh my gosh, it doesn't look like Botox. It looks like a facelift. Everything was tighter, brighter. Pore size was diminished. The appearance was just unbelievable. Best before and after I'd ever seen in my life. And then some other people did it. Same thing happened. So I sent those to my former formulator, a guy named John, who had been president of the American Society of Cosmetic Chemists. He was also a senior VP of research and development for Allergan, which owns Botox. I sent him these before and afters. He goes, Steve, nobody has before and afters like these. And I said, I know. He said, what are you doing? I said, nano. I've nano-sized glutathione, L-cysteine, and some other cofactors. In the case of skincare, hyaluronic acid, collagen, and so on. And so look at the hands. If we can zoom in on those hands, that was in about 6 weeks, spraying 3 to 4 times a day. That was she wasn't quite 60 yet. And once again, tremendous differences. Let's go down. Okay, look at this lady on the left. She is in Australia. That was 30 days. She said, now obviously we didn't change her eyebrows or lips. That was tattooed on. But she said everybody started asking her how she lost all of her weight. She didn't lose any weight, but her face tightened, brightened, pore sizes were diminished. She couldn't believe the difference, and neither could her friends. The lady on the right is an esthetician. She's a skincare specialist with her own salon in Miami, Florida. She said she did that after 8 days. She said, look at the difference. Look at the texture of my skin. She said, it is amazing. Look how it opened up my eyes, my pore sizes and everything. So that was that. And then we'll show just one more, but we have so many now. Oh, well, that's my hands. I sprayed my right hand. This is when I was a lot younger. I was 71 when I did this. I sprayed my right hand about 4 or 5 times a day, and I didn't spray my left hand. You can see the difference in the texture, the coloration, everything looks so much healthier. It was truly amazing. The lady on the left is the mother of a medical doctor in Nigeria who was treating one of our associates. And she said, what are you doing with your face? And our distributor there, Lillian, said, I'm using this. And the doctor said, can I have some for my mom? So Lillian gave her a bottle, and look at the difference. This was under 4 weeks. And the mother couldn't believe the difference. The doctor couldn't. And so now we can come back to me. So if you knew all the things glutathione did, you'd understand why we make such a huge difference in every area. First of all, and I'll go through a few of them real quick. I only have a few more minutes. I have 6 minutes, so I got to go fast. First of all, glutathione is your body's master antioxidant. What does that mean? Every cell in your body is attacked 10 to 20,000 times a day by free radicals. A free radical is a thief. It wants to steal an electron. When it does, it leaves the cell damaged or vulnerable. And so antioxidants will donate an electron to neutralize or sequester the free radical. All other electrons are monofocused. They can handle one type of free radical, but they can't handle any other type. Glutathione is called the master antioxidant because it's like the master key of a hotel that can open any room. Glutathione can sequester any type of free radical, regardless of source or structure, and it's the only thing in the world that can. Glutathione recycles other antioxidants 2 to 3 times, so you can get more bang for the buck. But glutathione recycles itself so many times, scientists can't figure it out. I've heard numbers between 30,000 and 300,000 times. So it's like I hate to use this analogy, but it's like a machine gun with a never-ending stream of bullets. Takes out the bad guys. But that's just one of its activity, performs 400 functions, most studied molecule in molecular biology, over 165,000 current studies in PubMed on glutathione. It is the detoxifying agent. Every cell in your body has at least 200 industrial chemicals. Glutathione has this sticky sulfhydryl molecule that's like flypaper. It attaches to the chemical and gets it out of the cell. So it's a primary detoxifier of the cell. It's the sole protector of your mitochondrial DNA. Why is that important? Because as long as the DNA is intact, the cell can't mutate for the most part. So huge on that. This isn't any small thing, even though it's not known for it. When your body produces hemoglobin, those red blood cells, they're intended to carry oxygen to every cell in the body. Problem is, it's improperly charged. So it can't come together with the oxygen, can't bind to it. Well, it has to be reduced to a +2. When it is, it will attach to an oxygen molecule and delivers the oxygen just like it's been programmed to do. The sole reduction agent, the only thing that reduces hemoglobin, is glutathione. It is the sole protector of the immune cell, and we know how important that is today. It's critically important. Your immune cells protect you. What protects them? Glutathione. When you have low glutathione levels, and by the way, it declines by 10 to 15% per decade, starting at the age of 20. So at 73, I should have less than half the glutathione I had at 20, but my cells are attacked just as much as they were when I was 20. Okay, so anyway, I'm having a COVID moment here because I did have COVID. And so I sometimes forget where I'm going. I used to call them senior moments, but I like COVID moments better. And, but anyway, so glutathione is the sole protector of the T cell. T cells are the assassins of the bacterial or viral insults that invade your body. When you have low glutathione levels, they reproduce slowly while the bacteria or virus is reproducing rapidly. When you have higher glutathione levels, guess what? They reproduce rapidly or explosively. So it changes how fast the T cells reproduce. And we can go on and on. There's over 400 functions. Your body manufactures 9,000 amino acids or peptides that it needs. 3,000 of those could not be manufactured without glutathione. So when we can enhance glutathione production and glutathione utilization, we change everything. Everything changes. Human performance, human longevity, everything changes. So that's why we see the result. Glutathione is the miracle worker. Our product isn't. All we're doing is we come up with the most effective, efficient, and yet it's still economical methodology for delivering glutathione right into the cells. It is crazy. We are in the bloodstream as you're swishing. One nanoscientist at the University of Utah told me that within 70 seconds of entering your bloodstream, we're out of the bloodstream and into the cells. That's why we see the kinds of results we see, and we see it faster than I've ever seen with anything. And I put millions of dollars into glutathione enhancement, including the conventional methods that are patented. I've never seen anything like this. Does that mean that we're better? No, we're just different, but we're different in a way that is just truly amazing. So with that, I'm got 30 seconds left of my time. So I'll take that to memorize everybody's name. Just kidding. So I actually know a guy that could do that, but not me. Anyway, thank you. I hope you'll join us at Neumi. We're a company, but we're also a family. Our focus is on people as whole people. We want to be there for you in every way. We want to be there economically and help you with your economics. And of course, in today's economy, that's critical. But more important than that is your physical health, your physical performance. At 73, I can still play with my grandkids and my children. I've got 7 kids and I'm about to have my 14th grandchild. They all want me to be there to give their kids jet rides on my shoulder. And this product is key. It's key to my life. I would not want to wake up every morning without it. I would if I had to, but I don't have to. I get free product. My wife says, hey, in light of your investment, it's not free. But you know what? It's the people we're attracting into this business care about other people. It's a legacy business. You change one life now, you change generations of lives to come. You reach somebody in your hometown, and literally within 6 months, you've got people all over the world who are being blessed by this product. So I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll join the Neumi family. So far, I haven't had anybody tell me they've regretted it. Instead, I'm hearing how much they love it. And we're here to serve you, Ryan, Aaron, our incredible president, and myself. So with that, I'll turn it over to who's ever taking over from here, because I'm not.
Aaron.
Who?
Aaron.
Aaron. Good. Aaron, are you here? He's our CEO and president and co-owner of Neumi. And Ryan and I and everybody here just is so grateful for Aaron. So Aaron, why don't you take it from here?
Right on. Thank you, Steve, so much. And Ryan for bringing everybody on. But folks, Steve mentioned that he used to take his products and literally pay massive amounts to advertising firms and television stations and give them all of this money so that they could act as a go-between so that he could get product into the hands of the consumer. And he recognized and he realized at that time that it was better to go direct to the people, to give them that same opportunity, to have this opportunity to take a product that is unlike any other product and take it to the people that they know, that they love, that they trust, that trust them. And that's really the business model that we've developed. So an opportunity has come along where people have to make a decision. And when they partner with somebody, when you realize or recognize that somebody is taking a product to the world, we need you. We need each one of you. And so when you're partnering with somebody, you want to find a company that's got a substantial and secure track record, that has the executive team on staff. Obviously, we've got that. You want to make sure you've got a product that's not a Me Too product, something that anybody can buy. You can pick it up at a Costco or a Sam's Club if you're in America or Canada or maybe even other parts of the world. But the bottom line is you don't want something that everybody else has access to. And so you want to make sure that you've got that. And then, of course, when you're bringing this through the people, we want to make sure that we have a pay plan that makes a lot of sense for anybody and everybody to refer their friends and family to this product. And so we want people to have that opportunity to really change the life and change the way that people think about product, the way they think about health and wellness, and the way that they think about this incredible opportunity. So get with the person that invited you to this call. Talk to them, find out how you can get your hands on this product, find out how you can get started today. Have that conversation. If you invited people to the call, follow up with them. Fortunes of the follow-up, folks. Make sure you get back with those people and talk about how they can get on this incredible product that Steve just gave you all of the reasons of why you should be on this product on a daily basis. And I tell everybody, this is a foundational product. This is a product that you never leave home without taking. You want to be on the product every day. I just saw in the comments, how often can you take it? You can do it a couple times a day if you'd like. Do two teaspoons full, swish it, wait a bit, and then do it again. It's up to you on how often you want to take it. But again, your body's looking to upregulate and uptake any of that glutathione that you can get it into the cells and really start making changes. So folks, call the person that called you to get you on this call today. Talk to them about this product. How do you get your hands on it? And we'll take it from there and get all the support you need. So with that being said, everybody have a great day. Have a great time. And we'll look forward to talking to you literally tomorrow, same time, same channel. Thanks, everybody. Take care.